Hi students, in this video we will discuss about form handling in PHP. So before discussing about form handling in PHP, let's see some of the environment variables available in PHP. So environment variable means it contains information about a script's environment such as the client's web browser, the HTTP host and the HTTP connection, etc. So some of the important environment variables also we call it as global arrays. Okay, environment variable or global arrays. So some of the important global arrays are given below. So note that all the global array names should be written in capital letters. So here you can see all the array names are written in capital letters. So first one is $_server. So it holds, this array holds data about the currently running server. Second one is $_env. Env is environment. It contains data about the client's environment. Now the next one is $_get and $_post. So we know that get and post are the methods used to send data to a server. Okay, so this $_get environment variable, this array holds data posted to the server by the get method, and $_post, it holds the data posted to the server by the post method. Okay, and another variable is $_cookie. Okay, this one holds data contained in cookie on the client's computer. So we will learn cookies in detail in the next video. Last one is $globals. Okay, note that there is no underscore sign. Every other variable names contains an underscore sign like $_get, $_post, $_cookie, etc. But this one is $globals. Okay, so this array contains all global variables. Okay, so these are some of the important global variables available in PHP. Now, what is form handling? So, XHTML forms enable web pages to collect data from users and send it to a web server for processing. You know how to create an HTML form, right? An HTML form may contain different controls like text box, radio buttons, check boxes, passwords, submit button, reset button, etc. So, this HTML form, okay, suppose this is the HTML form, and this HTML form may contain text boxes, radio buttons, then check boxes, submit buttons, reset buttons, etc. And all these forms, it comes under a form tag, right? So everything comes under a form tag, and this form tag, it has mainly two attributes. One is method and second one is action. Okay, so this form tag has two attributes. One is method and second one is action attribute. Okay, action. So method means, a method we can give the method as post or get. Okay, so the method can be get method or post method. So you have learned this get and post method in chapter 1 and 2, and you know the difference between these two. Now if so an HTML form data can be sent to the server using post or get method. Now if now comes the action part. Action means here we can provide action equal to, okay, action equal to, we can give a PHP page, the name of a PHP page. So if action equal to a file name, for example a.php, that means when we click the submit button, the form will be processed by a.php script. Okay, so that is the meaning. Now if not specified, if this action part is not specified, the PHP script that processes this HTML form resides in the same HTML program itself. Okay, So that means the PHP script that process the form data may reside in the same HTML page or in another separate file. Okay, so the PHP script. So suppose this is our HTML form, okay, and the PHP script that is going to process this HTML form that can reside in the same PHP file, same HTML file. Okay, so this is one option, and another option is the PHP file can reside in a separate file. Okay, so it, for example, a.php is so if it is in a separate file, we have to specify it in the action part of form, that is form action equal to a.php, that we have to specify. Okay, so the PHP script that process the form data may reside in the same HTML page or in another separate file. Okay, now let's see the steps in form handling. So the first one is the browser presents a form to be filled by the user. Okay, so we know how to create a form in form using HTML. So the browser presents a form to be filled by the user. So it may contain some text box, checkbox, radio buttons, etc. And finally a submit button also. Okay, now the user fills, second step is user fills the form and click the submit button. Okay, so the user enters some values in this controls and press the submit button. Now the PHP page specified in the action attribute of form get executed. So whenever we click the submit button, the action part get executed. Then within that PHP script specified in the action part, the elements in the form are accessed and processed. So these form elements, whatever we entered in this form, are processed in that PHP script. Okay, so in order to process this data, first this PHP script must access this data. Okay, so we will discuss about it, how this PHP script access the form data. So after processing, the PHP script sends data back to the client, so the client can see the result. Okay, so these are the steps in form handling. So first one is the browser presents a form to be filled by the user. Then the user fills the form and click the submit button. The PHP page is specified in the action attribute of form get executed. Then within the PHP script, the elements of the form are accessed and processed, that we will discuss. The result is sent back to the browser, that is the last step. Okay, now next one is how does the PHP program access the values that we entered in the HTML form. Okay, so the value of form elements are accessed in PHP using the following methods. So first one is $_post, within square bracket we have to specify the form element name. Okay, so in order to access a data value entered in one of the controls in the present in the HTML form, we need to specify the form element name along with $_post method. Okay, so for example, suppose in the HTML form we have a text box. Okay, input type equal to text box, text. Okay, so this will display a text box. Suppose we enter some value 1 2 in that text box, and suppose we submit the click the submit button, then this will be then in the PHP script we have to access this value entered in the text box. Okay, so for that we need to give a name for this text box. So name equal to some T1. Okay, so I am giving the name of this text box as T1. Okay, by using this name I can access the value entered in that text box in the PHP script. Okay, so in the PHP script, I can access this value as $_post or get, whatever method we are using we have to specify that. then within square bracket you have to give this name T1. Okay, so like this we can access the value of this value entered in this text box. Okay, so by specifying the name of the text box or any control, we can access the value entered in that control. Okay, so one method is $_post and second one is $_get. Okay, so whatever methods we are using to post the data to the server, we can use $_post or $_get. Then the second method is we can use an extract method, extract $_post or $_get. So we know that this $_post and get are global arrays. Okay, so it contains the data posted or posted by the client. So in the first two methods, we are accessing individual elements, the values of individual controls or individual elements in the form by specifying their name. But here, this extract function, it extracts all the values posted by the client. Okay, that is the difference between this one and this one. Okay, so extract will extract all the values that are posted by the client. So it creates a variable value pair corresponding to each key value pair in the associative array $_post. So we can access the elements with the same name. Okay, so if we give a name of a text box as a name equal to T1, we can access this element as dollar by specifying by using the variable name $T1. Okay, so these are the methods for accessing form elements in PHP program. Now this shows an example. um, so it contains two files. So first file is this one is data.html. Okay, so this is data.html file. Okay, so this HTML doc contains a form to request user details, and the form data are processed by this form.php file. Okay, so this first one data.html, it creates a form, and this form data are processed by this form.php file. Now here in this data.html, you can see the form method is post. Okay, and the action is given as form.php, that is form.php is going to handle or process this. And this form contains a text box and its name is fname, then again another text box with name email, and a drop down menu with name book. Okay, so three controls are the two text box and one drop down menu, and the in drop down menu the options are C++ and Java. Okay, and of course one more control is that is submit button, and its value is register. So it will display a form that contains a text box, two text box, then a drop down menu. Okay, a drop down menu and submit button with value register. Okay, so when we click this register button or submit button, this form.php gets executed. Okay, now in this form.php, the first thing we need to do is extract the values that are posted by the client. Okay, so here we are using the extract method to extract the values. Extract $_post as the method used in the HTML form is post. We must use $_post here. So extract $_post. Okay, then we can directly print the values entered in the text box and drop down menu by specifying its name, that is print $fname, $email, $book. Okay, so this is the name of the controls: f name, email, and book. Okay, so we can directly print those values here. Okay, another implementation of this form.php is using we can individually access the form elements, and we can assign those for values to different variables, and we can print those values. Okay, so here we can print dollar first name, dollar email id, dollar book name. We can print that values either using print or echo statement. We can either use print or echo statement. Okay, now you can watch the video titled PHP using HTML form, that's available in the playlist, which illustrates form handling program in PHP. Now moving to the next topics, connecting to a database. So PHP offers built-in support for a wide variety of databases like MySQL, Oracle, etc. So database connectivity allows system admin to maintain and update information such as user accounts, passwords, credit card numbers, mailing list, etc. So the steps in connecting to a database in PHP are: first, the client selects a database field name that is sent to the web server. Then the PHP script is then executed. The script builds the query, queries the database, and sends records set in the form of XHTML to the client. Okay, so consider the following examples. Um, so here you can see a file. First one is data.html, and one more file is this is database.php file. Okay, second file. So first one is data.html file. So this data.html file, it contains it contains a form, and its method is post, and action is given as database.php. That is, this form data will be processed by this PHP file database.php whenever we click this submit button. Okay, and this form contains only a drop down menu and a submit button. So it contains a drop down menu like this. Okay, and what are the values, options? The options in this drop down menu are star, id, title, and category. These are the options. Okay, so this form contains this drop down menu which contains 4 options, and a submit button also. Okay, so with the value sent query, submit button's value is sent query. Okay, so when we click this submit button, that is send query button, form data will be processed by this database.php. Okay. Now the database.php file is given here. So this database.php file, it processes the form data. Okay, now assume that we have already created a database named products by using some PHP myadmin or something like that. Okay, so we have a database, and its name is, our database name is products. Okay, so database name is products database, products. Okay, and suppose this product database it contains a table named books. Okay, it contains a table named books, and this books contains details of books such as id, title, and category. Okay, so 3 fields are the id, title, and category. Now uh, here in this drop down menu, we can select id, title, category, or star. Okay, star means we are selecting star. If we select star and click on this send query button, then it will display all the details in the table book, that is id, title, and category. But if we select id, if we select id and send the send query click this send query button, it will display only the id of books. Okay, if we select title, it will display the titles of books only, and if we select category, it will display the categories of books only. Okay, so Now in this database.php file, the first line is extract $_post. Okay, so we are extracting the value sent by the client. So the value can be see here you can see the name of this drop down menu is select. Okay, the name of this drop down menu is select. So the value sent by the client can be accessed from $select variable. Okay, so it will be available in $select. So $select can be, it can be star, so it can be star, it can be id, it can be title, or it can be category, right, or it can be category. Okay, now the steps in connecting to a database in PHP are, first step is connect to MySQL. Okay, so the first from our PHP script we have to make a connection to the MySQL database. That is the first step. Okay, so once the connection is established, we need to open the product database. Our database name is product database, so we need to open the product database. That is the second step. Now the third step is we have to build the query based on the request from the user, and fourth one is pass this query to the database or query the product database. Now after that we will get the result, display those results, and final step is close the connection. Okay, so there are 6 steps in connecting to a database in PHP. Okay, first one is connect to MySQL, second one is open the database to be queried, and third one is build the query based on our requirement, and fourth one is query the database, fifth one is manipulate the result, and sixth one is close the connection. So first step is connect to MySQL database. Okay, so from our PHP we have to make a connection to the MySQL database. So this can be done using the command mysql_connect. Okay, so that is the command or method used in PHP to connect to a database, to connect to MySQL database. So its parameters are server's host name and username and password. So if the server is installed in our local system itself, we can give the server name as localhost. Otherwise we need to specify the server's IP address there. Okay, then comes the ID and password that are set while installing MySQL. Okay, so 3 parameters for MySQL_connect: server's host name, a username, and password. Okay, so if successfully executed, that is if connection is established, the database handle is assigned to $database. Okay, a database handle is assigned to this variable $database. Otherwise it if not successful, it will display this message, could not connect to database. Okay, now the second step is we need to open the product database. Okay, so in this example the database name is product, so we need to open the product database to be queried. Okay, so this can be done using this command mysql_select_db command, mysql_select_db. The parameters are the name of the database and the database handle. Okay, these are the parameters. So if this step is successful, we can move to the next step. Third step, we can build the query based on the requirement from the user. So here the requirement is available in $select variable. Okay, so the requirement can be access all the information from the table, or access ID, only ID from the table, or only category from the table, or only title from the table. Okay, so the requirements are like that. Okay, so based on the requirement we have to make this query. So $query equal to select $select. So this $select, it can be star, It can be star, ID, category or title. Okay, from books. Books is the name of the table. Now the next step is so we have built this query, and now this query has to be passed to the database using mysql underscore query method. So the parameters are the query we have created and the database handle. So if successfully executed, we can fetch the result and display the results. Okay, so here we are displaying the result using a for each loop. Now the last step is we need to close the connection using mysql underscore close method. Okay, so the parameter is mysql underscore close the database handle name. So these are the steps in connecting PHP to a database. So first step is we need to connect to the MySQL database. Then the second one is open the database to be queried, make the build the query, then query the database or pass the query to database, then manipulate the results and close the connection. Now you may watch the video titled PHP Simple Login Script Procedural, which is available in the playlist. Okay, so this that video illustrates a basic login page program using PHP and MySQL. Okay, so you can watch that video to get a clear idea about this database connectivity in PHP. Thank you.